All right, what's up, guys? Coming back with the Sports Brotherhood, little Olympic edition going on. Got Lorenzo Gordon in the house. We're just going to talk about a little basketball, some track. Lorenzo, say what up.
What's up?
All right, so get some video going. All right, so today USA squeaked out another close three-point win. But before we get in that, let's talk about a little track and field, which we haven't really talked about so far. So Wayde Van Nierek, if I'm saying that correctly, crushed Michael Johnson's record in the 400, ran a 43:03 second 400-meter dash, if anybody even calls it a dash anymore. Beat Michael Johnson's record by, 0.15 seconds, which is a lot.
Something like that.
So we were talking track a little bit earlier, so just if you have any impressions on the world record that he just set.
Man, it's amazing. You're talking about earlier, like in 96?
Yep.
Michael Johnson broke that record. That's when I first got into track, watching like just those gold shoes just flying. And it was just like so iconic, you know? And you figure it's one of those like records that's gonna be there for a long time, and it's like he just crushed it. Like even in the picture, he's far beyond everybody. So
it was crazy. I went to the NBC site and just watched it on my phone, and he's in lane 8, which never happens, but it's just weird that obviously you start out further out, and like he never had anybody in front of him ever in the whole race. And I want to say, I was checking Twitter afterwards, and I want to say that they said that's the first time that anybody's ever broken a record in that lane, I want to say.
Could be. You never see anybody really win in lane 8. It's usually in the middle, and you see them like even out and then spread apart.
Well, you mentioned
it looked like the U.S. guy.
Who was the U.S. guy in the 400?
I can't remember his name, but it looked like he was gonna do some work. Him and another guy were battling. It looked like he was gonna pass him up, but he never gave up any room and just blew him past.
Yeah, I did see that, because I think it was the last like 75 meters that you're like, oh wow, maybe this is where he gets caught on the corner, and then he just pulls away. Just crazy stuff. And I thought it was funny you mentioned the Michael Johnson and his gold Nikes, which are just so fitting. Just crushing records, bringing home the gold. And then our last little track tidbit, Usain Bolt, got to bring him up. Third straight gold medal in the 100-meter dash. Who were you going for, Bolt, or were you going for Gatlin?
I was leaning towards Bolt just because no one's ever been done it before. But I was like, I still want America to win, but I guess Bolt a little bit more.
I would probably say the same. People just like to see greatness, and when you got his third straight one, but he also doesn't he have 2 straight in the 200 as well? And I think
something like that, yeah.
So, and he's racing, I want to say the 200 it's sometime this upcoming week, but yeah, like you want to see greatness, and it's like, okay, like I still want an American, obviously, like you're pulling for him, but man, Bolt is he's that guy.
And
man.
The thing I like put me ahead, like put Bolt instead of Gatlin, was just Gatlin's was doping already. He already has all those allegations and all that stuff. So it's like, come on, bro. There's no doping associated with Bolt at all. And did you see Gatlin's like excuse? They asked him like what happened. He's like, I was tired. He was like, I had another race earlier. That was like an hour and something earlier, an hour and a half or something like that. He said he was tired, so that's why he gave up at the end.
Well, it's just Bolt being Bolt. Like, man,
I was like, dude, give Bolt credit. I was like, he just outran you. Like, I was like, he's the fastest person ever. Just give him credit for when credit's due.
Especially when like we said earlier, he started just phenomenally well. Like, came out of blocks really well. He probably had the lead up through the first 50 meters, and then literally Bolt was just like, his long-ass legs just caught him and won by pretty decent.
And he was still accelerating, too. Like, if it would have gone on, he would start increasing that lead more and more, because Bolt was just gaining and gaining.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy how, like we said, his legs are just so long and he covers so much ground and he runs so fast that it's just he said he's not doing another Olympics, but there's a part of me that hopes that, somehow he can come back and,
Maybe
maybe
he's getting older, bro. And then
what is
I
he
really
31?
is he something like that? Yeah.
I think
And
he's
like
up there, but yep, for
Galen's
sure.
the oldest medalist ever in a 100. He's 34, but I guess with drugs supposedly might have helped him out. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if his medal comes back and says he was doping again and he gives it to the
Yep.
candidate.
I hope not. I hope not. All right, let's switch gears. That was enough track talk, but I felt like that was it was
It was
worth it. We
warranted.
had a world record in Usain Bolt, so it was good. But on to basketball. I mentioned this at the when we first started, but two straight 3-point wins. We beat Serbia. I want to say 94-91 on Friday, which
Mhm.
just an ugly game, and then played France today, and what was that? 100-97. So, I want to say I don't know really what to make out of it, but I think I do, and I think it just is what it is with this year's Olympic team. Like I don't know that if they play quality teams that they're going to be able to win by 20, 25, 15 points. I don't know. Is that something that you could see just kind of where they get hot and they start winning by 35 again, or is this just kind of a B team
Um,
essentially?
just I guess the players' personalities. I feel like they don't really gel well, and like just looking at like some of the for the Serbia game, like I missed that game, but I watched like most of the highlights, like multiple ones. So I can see what happened, and they just roughed them up. The Serbia was just pushing them around, elbowing, and all that stuff. So maybe they just weren't used to that one at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Like everybody said, like beginning of it, like this team's defense was going to be their strong point, and they're just getting blown past. Like the pick and roll defenses is awful. Like
Their
Kyrie is like a double.
rotations are just terrible.
It
Like,
is, and
and it's
Kyrie's like a double edged sword. Like he can score at will, but he gives up points at will at the same time.
yep.
So it's just like when you got like today, like against France, like Colo was just eating him up nonstop. Like coach had to put like Paul George on him. So it's like he had to switch defenders, and Paul George has to guard a guy smaller than him is faster. It's just like I don't know. It's hard to like think Kyrie's getting out like speed like paced by some other dude.
It's slower, like does not have the physical ability, and it's weird because the whole thing about Team USA is okay. We want length, we want positionless basketball.
Mm-hmm.
We want that's what they're building the team around, and like it's not really working. Like when they can get out and run, okay, they can do a little bit of damage, but it's just like they're so lazy on not that initial, like the initial pick and roll is fine. You brought up Kyrie, how he's, getting lost on just somebody out physicaling him or cutting back door or something like that. And it's just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Like, it's really weird. It's essentially the exact same thing the last 3 games that they played quality opposition. So
Yeah.
I, I don't know that it's really something that I mean, obviously the chemistry will, hopefully increase a little bit the more they play, but I don't know. It's 3 straight games. The really weird thing, I watched the game at a bar and I was leaving the bar. I was kind of thinking about it, and I'm like, the really weird thing about this team is so far we had Melo get hot and take over Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Serbia, Melo kind of did his thing again in the fourth quarter, and then this game it was Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we're just waiting for that one player to take over and carry the game.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Like we were saying this the other day about ISO ball, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like what like are the, I don't know. Like maybe it's just in their head where it's like, hey, we don't want to take too many shots, so now we're just going to defer, and somebody just has to break through and take over. But it's a weird dynamic. Like, we're built around
It
length
is.
and defense, and we're getting killed with ball movement. And then on the offensive end, we have all this collective talent, and we're having to have Melo go. What was he that one game? Like 11-15 from deep or something.
Something like, yeah.
Did that against Australia, and then Clay went off for 30. This game against France. It's just weird. Like, I don't know what to make of it.
It is weird. Like today's game, both their guards dropped 18 points on us. And so it's like, how do you stop that? I'm not sure what's going on with that. Like, I know I said Kyrie's like lack of like defense, but you can't have both their guards dropping highs on us. Especially when, because it sucks. Because like a lot of times, like I was watching earlier, like the guy would blow past Kyrie or whoever, like their guard, and then DeMarcus or Jordan has to come up and try to help, and then it dish it off to one of their big boys down low and the easy 2 points.
Yep.
It's just like his ball movement, and it's like, come on, guys. And you think Thibodeau would have something to help out with that because he's a defensive-minded coach,
That's the weirdest thing to me. You can hear him out there screaming, but it's like their initial rotation is fine. But once they get, like you said, they'll get into the lane and somebody will meet them there on their help, and then they'll kick out and then maybe even swing that around, and then they're getting either a wide open jump shot or getting to the rim. So I don't know. It's
weird because like in the Serbia game, I'm a little biased here, but DeMar played 10 minutes and scored like 11, 12 points, something like and then like Green comes off the bench, DeMar does, Laurie, who else comes off the bench? Paul George comes off the bench, and like with Green, Paul George, and Laurie, they're one of the, I guess, best defenders, so to say, and they barely get any playing time. Like, as much as I hate Green, he's a great defender,
Yeah, I was actually looking. Green played, I want to say it was 4 minutes versus France. Or no, excuse me, 6 minutes versus France. Jimmy Butler played 6 minutes versus France.
Yeah, and Butler's one of our best defenders on the wing. He could have easily sat down, just shut down freaking Colo, or like Hortle or something, But like, I know they can't really shoot a 3-ball, but you got to understand, you have Clay, Melo, Kevin Durant who can shoot. You don't need everybody on the court to shoot threes,
And honestly, I think that's one of the things that has been kind of making me frustrated watching them is they're so fixated on that. Like, dude, get to the rim, man. Like, go hard, get in the paint, either draw a foul or just finish over someone. Like, dude, Kevin Durant, rise up, throw down on somebody, and like intimidate them. It doesn't have to be he's doing his little Euro steps. I'm biased. I hate Euro steps, but just rise up, dunk the ball, and get to the line. So
exactly. And what's sad? Like, as much as Barnes doesn't do anything, Barnes can handle his own defense. He gets no playing.
He's not going to see the floor. Not on.
Why even bring him along?
That's the weirdest thing. Like, when they announced that he was on the team, I'm like, did they just like not see the last 6 months of the NBA season and see him just mightily struggle?
It's a big surprise about Butler not being on the court. He is legit like top 3, top 5 shooting guards in the league right now.
Who is?
Butler.
Oh yeah.
He's not getting any playing time.
I'd probably put him third. I don't like James Harden, so I'd probably take Jimmy Butler over James Harden.
He goes DeMar DeRozan 1. No, I'm just playing. No,
he's underrated, and honestly, there was a play in the game. I want to say it was like second quarter, and they kicked it out to him, and he had a wide open 3.
You missed it.
No, he didn't take it.
That was an end of the game.
Just like a subtle pump and took 2 steps in and drained like probably an 18-foot mid-range shot. And I was just like,
mid-range and court 3-ball. That's not his style. But like, I don't know. Like, Laurie's ticking me off. If you watch, I watch him a lot just to see how he does.
Oh yeah.
He wants to just play defense and pass. Like, he doesn't want to shoot it all. I'm like, dude, shoot the ball. Like you can shoot well, but he wants to like defend and like be a general. I was like, I don't know. I was like him deferring that much, I guess. But there's so many of that going on as a team. Like, everybody wants to defer to somebody else.
it's weird kind of touching on what we were saying earlier about just how it's kind of a weird dynamic that
Mm-hmm.
they have all these players that, like, the assist numbers weren't that bad. I want to say the Serbia game, that was like my main thing. It's like, okay, they got up big early and then they got cocky and started, just playing ISO ball. But
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at the numbers. They had like 27 assists on, what was it, 27 made baskets.
Nice.
So it's not that they're just like nobody's passing, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not really like a set. So there's just so many weird things going on that it's just hard to put your finger exactly on what it is. Like,
The big thing is the fourth quarter.
yeah,
Uh,
they got
they
outscored in that Serbia game, and I want to say they got outscored again in the
did.
France game. Yeah,
They did.
they got outscored by 9 points in the fourth quarter against France, and outscored 7 points in the fourth quarter against Serbia. So good call.
So and they fixed that because they had a 16-point lead, I think, going into the fourth or something like that. And I was like, all right, this is where they take over, because Clay's throwing everything in the rim.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they're just like, nope, let
It
them
was,
come back.
yeah, it was really weird because I just kept waiting for them to just make it. Honestly, it's kind of like the Warriors. Like, you just wait for them to make this just back-breaking run, and just kind of like the Warriors in the playoffs, how it didn't happen. It's the last 3 games with Team USA just hasn't happened, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
what do we got going on? But I don't know. We'll see. So we're the number 1 seed in Team A, or Pool A, I should say. Pool B, we're going to play the 4th seed on Wednesday. I want to say it's Wednesday during the day, which sucks because I'm going to have to DVR it. But I want to say, so 4th seed, I was kind of mentioning this earlier. I think we're either going to play, what is it, Brazil?
Hopefully it's Brazil.
So Brazil plays Nigeria, so they will win. Right now, Brazil's in 5th place. Croatia plays Lithuania tomorrow. Croatia's in 4th place. They could win. I would say, for all intents and purposes, both of us probably think Lithuania will win that one.
I'm gonna say this though, real quick.
What's that?
I'm gonna say that, like, all our pre-games were all against China, who's obviously the worst team. Maybe Nigeria is arguably. And everybody was like, oh my God, this is not even fun to watch anymore. The games are just blowouts. These games are just blowouts, And then now that they're like winning in like clutch moments, everybody's like, this team is garbage. This team is garbage. What's going on with this team? It's like there's no win for this. There's no win for the US guys. It's like, you guys should have won by 20, and then they won by 20. This game is such a blowout. Maybe they should get, put like kids or freshmen in.
I do remember him saying that. That was, I want to say, Dan Patrick had a segment on that where he was kind of saying, like, dude, I want my team to dominate.
Exactly. I'm like, I love blowouts, especially when it's all-stars getting together as not the all-star game,
Yep.
But so, yeah, it's just funny to hear, like, both situations. When they're blowing them out, everybody was like, whoa, this is boring, this is trash. And then now they're barely winning. Oh, this team is garbage. This team is,
I am curious what would happen if we were to brought LeBron and Russ and Kawhi Leonard,
it would have been,
and obviously Steph, couple other players in there. Like, we're the U.S., man. We don't need to be having these 3-point wins. Like, we should be. What was it? You said they'd win by like 20. I said they'd win by 15 to 20, and they win by 3.
Yeah.
Like,
it should have been 6, but still.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like, keep 3 at the end.
Yep, that's fair.
But still, the point is, they should have been bigger lead. But think about France, though. There's the whole starting 5 plays in NBA. Pretty much. Like, Colo, he starts, but he played for the Raptors not last year before that. And he offered a contract, but he said he wants to play. I guess he wanted more money in Europe. But, like, they have Batum, who's amazing. He's going to be great, And then you have
fantasy, and that dude was a stud. Did a little bit of everything.
Exactly, especially because the year before he got hurt, and now he's like, oh yeah, he was like recovering and got better and better as he went on.
Yeah, he got hurt last year. The last like 3 weeks of the season, I want to say he got hurt, and one of them was in the was in the finals and lost just because I had like half my team got hurt, and I was just like, nah.
But then, like, even their big boys down low in France, they play like Gobert, who I love.
I love Gobert. Yep,
He's a rim protector, 7'8" wingspan. And then you have that Jokic, whatever he plays for Denver Nuggets. He's just a beast, and so that
yeah.
So their squad plays in the like NBA, so it's not like these are just scrubs anymore. Like back in the '90s, where the Dream Team played against, you can't even name a single player who played in the NBA at the time.
Coach, and that's it. And they shut him the hell down. Like him and Pippen were like, oh,
exactly. Yes, sir.
Old coach, but all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we got going on Wednesday. Like I said, I think that's during the day at some point, which kind of sucks. But so it'll be, like I said, either Brazil, maybe Spain. Spain plays Argentina. They could. Spain just beat Lithuania by like 30 or 40. So
it's crazy.
We don't know what's going on there, but it'll either we're the 1 seed in Group A. We play the 4 seed.
Who's playing for Spain? Do you know if the Gasols are playing at all or no?
Pau is. Mark is not. Neither is Serge Ibaka. So
that's good. That's good for us.
Yep. So we'll see. I'm excited. I really don't know what to make. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous.
I am nervous.
I mean, we can't lose. We're out of pool play. We just had 2 straight games. There were 3 points in pool play.
But did you feel like we were gonna lose this game at all at any point though?
No, but I feel like
the Serbia game, maybe. Like that was like, whoa. But like this game, I just felt like, I don't know.
Both games, I had a feeling of individually our talent will take over, but I get really uncomfortable when like you have a team that you know is the better team and they're not playing like it, because if leaving the door open, man, there's just always, all it takes is one player to just get hot and just take over a game. And there's, like you said, there's 5 NBA players on that team. Like they could easily do that. Like they could easily do that. Serbia missed a wide open 3 to tie it. Like,
and think about France. What, Diao, Colo and Diao both played for the Spurs and won championships, so they know how to play ball. So I figured that team would be. And just think if they have Tony Parker too. So you have Boris, Colo, and Tony Parker all play for the Spurs under Popovich. So like they know how to play ball.
Chemistry. Oh yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, and like now the games count necessarily. Like really matter because it's one and done now, pretty much, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Tomorrow is the last day of pool play, and that's for Group B, and then that's it. So there's 3 games tomorrow, and then after that, single elimination. Well, I guess not elimination, but you're gonna have to play for the gold, obviously, which is really all we care about. But
yeah,
I don't know.
If you can bring one player in from the NBA who's not playing right now in the U.S., who would it be besides like LeBron or Curry?
Oh man, I was gonna say you already know what my answer is.
I obviously was too.
Not LeBron or Curry. And we already have wings, so I'm gonna go Russ.
Russ?
Yep.
I'm gonna go my man Howard. No,
no. Gosh, why?
No, I'm gonna say Harden, dude.
All right, I can get with that over Howard. I don't like Harden or Howard, but
I'm not a fan of Harden, but he won't shy away from shooting the ball, and he will Euro step all over these people. he will do whatever he can to score.
That is true.
To pass the ball.
What if Harden's like Melo and he's just a better international player just because you can all the Euro steps?
That link I sent you, like the Knicks want the Melo from international Olympic.
That was funny because that's so spot on, man. Like if they got that Melo, which I think we're both on the same page. I'm with the Knicks next year.
Same here, dude. Even though I hate rooting for them because they're like same division as the Raptors, but I'm going for them, man. Rose, Melo, Noah. I'm looking for
Porzingis, like
Courtney.
If Melo takes this mentality to the NBA, who knows? So.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, that was good. I say we try to do one maybe Wednesday night and kind of maybe, or I guess that'll be tough because we're not really going to be able to. Do you have DVR?
I'll probably watch it Wednesday.
Okay, solid. Well, we'll try to do one Wednesday and just go over whoever we play then. But
All
I
right.
don't know. Until then, we'll see you later. Sports
All right,
Brother.
deuces.
Out.